is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Oh, what a victory for your New Jersey Devils. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios in the bunker in beautiful New Jersey and Scotty's Palatial Estates in Beverly Hills, California, as the Devils dominate on the road again. 5-1 victory over the Detroit Red Wings, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Lots of scoring, Scotty. How are you tonight?
Lots of scoring, big game. The Road Warriors come through. I think we're going to have to get some of those Road Warriors Legions of Doom shoulder pads with the big spikes coming out of them and start wearing them to some of the away games. Because the Devils have been crushing people. Oh, what a rush. Like they're hawk and animal as the Road Warriors setting them up for the Doomsday Device finishing move over there when they're out on the road and getting some redemption from earlier in the year when they lost to the Detroit Red Wings. What was that, game two? Game 2 of the season? I know they played them again after that and won, but on the road, right? On the road? Wasn't that on the road? Or was that at home? I can't remember.
On the road again.
On the road again. Oh, we could do some Willie Nelson as well. But, yeah, big game today. Let's talk about it. Number 38 on the season. TNT broadcast, which Sam Wu and I were just talking about how much we appreciate the professionalism of their broadcast. I love what they have done for years and years, even though I'm not a big basketball fan. The NBA on TNT is just kind of – it's entertaining to watch, especially with Shaq and Barkley and everything like that in the halftime and the pregame and the postgame. I think they got a good thing going here with Tocchet, Biz, and Nancy Carter.
If you don't mind,
he comes around as well. He's always a nice, funny pop there on the screen. He's usually got some quirky things to say and everything. I think they do a real good job with the broadcast.
If you don't mind me adding, it's for people that don't.
Yes, I mind, Sam Wu. How dare you try to get your thought in? Ah, gah.
If you don't mind, I'd like to say and add that. It's very difficult to do national broadcasts because there's too many teams. The details, the amount of details that came out of the TNT crew about the Devils, they knew like every little detail. When the streak started was when they beat Detroit in Detroit. The second, the Fire Lindy. It's very difficult to remember. They did their homework, and I felt that, yes, they're not Bill Spaulding or Danico or Bryce and Erica and the rest and Matt Lachlan and Chico, whatever. But for a national broadcast to kind of just, you know what, the way they talked about the Red Wings and the way they talked about the Devils, it felt neutral and it was informative. That's all I wanted to add.
No, I think they do a hell of a job, like you said, keeping it right down the line, actually having, up-to-date information about the teams. Sometimes when you get on these national broadcasts, you hear like, one of the analysts say something and you're like, really? That's how it was maybe in the beginning of the season, but it hasn't been like that for like the past 3 or 4 weeks. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Like they are up-to-date on their scouting reports, which is really nice to see. And again, I think –
Brot.
What's that?
Remember the ESPN Jesper Brot or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a completely different story over there. Like the TNT versus the ESPN broadcasts are night and day.
Yes.
But, yeah, I really do enjoy it. And like I said, they have, like, with Biss on there, with Tocchet, and when Gretzky does show up, they do have that, like, that entertainment value as well. They're not Barkley and Shaq, but they do have some entertainment value as well to bring to that pregame and postgame. I think they do a good job also bringing in the crowds with the social media and everything like that, and put some tweets up and some gram posts, during the broadcast. But I do really appreciate TNT picking up the NHL, especially from the NBC Sports, where I feel like it was just so blah. I don't know what it was, but it was just so blah. Those
Except for
broadcasts
Doc
at times.
Emmerich. Except for Doc Emmerich.
Well, yeah, of course, except for Doc, but just in general, like, you know, I mean, it's a lot of the same guys over there at TNT. So, you know, I think it's just something about I don't know, it's about being on the sets, the professionalism, maybe the TV directors they're working
They're
with.
allowed to have fun. They're allowed to have fun, if you think about it. Like,
they
you
are
see the
allowed
NBA,
to have fun.
The NBA,
Yeah.
like Shaq is having fun.
Shaq and Barkley are great together.
And Rick Tocchet Rick Tocchet can speak his mind a little bit.
Yeah, Tocchet does a good job. I really like him, and I like him and Biz going back and forth at each other, you know, a lot of times. But, you know, when they paint Tocchet out to be the cranky old dad and stuff like that, I think that stuff is very entertaining. And, like, you know, a lot of times when you're like, oh, it's intermission, let me go do whatever, you know, like, it's actually kind of fun to sit there and watch them, you know, analyze the game because they bring that entertainment value as well. So either way.
By the way, just one more thing about Rick Tocchet. I actually had dinner with him once. I actually had dinner with Rick Tocchet.
And woo, name dropper over here, huh?
Yeah. He can eat snow crabs like no other. He's got these big hands, and he's like,
I can see that, yeah.
Like that whole Neanderthal, but you know, in a plate. He's like,
like how we were complimenting them, and then you call him a Neanderthal. So
he's just a big guy, you know.
That's very slick, very slick.
Yeah. Right.
Rick Tocchet will never be on Devils After Dark now. Oh, yeah, that's the show where they called me a Neanderthal for eating crab legs.
Hey, you know what? You heard it here first.
I heard it here first on Devils After Dark.
The next on Devils After Dark, Neanderthal beefalytics.
Oh, man.
Rick Tocchet. Rick Tockett's beefalytics are just off the charts. You know.
Love you, Toc. Just to wrap it up, me and Sam totally agree that they just do a really, really good job on those broadcasts. So kudos to them, and kudos to our New Jersey Hockey Devils, the Road Warriors, back again. I'm telling you, we got to get those Legion of Doom Road Warriors shoulder pads with the spikes coming out and start wearing them to the away games and stuff like that. I know I'm going to be here in about a week from now, a little more than a week from now. The Devils run out to Anaheim and LA. I don't know if I'm going to make it up to the San Jose game on MLK Day, because I know that's like a 1 o'clock in the afternoon start. That's a hell of a drive for me. But either way, pretty excited. Devils will be out there on the road, so maybe I'll get my my Legion of Doom shoulder pads and wear them to the games when they come in here. Happy birthday to the captain, Nico Hischier. Turned 24 years young today. That's right. He is only 24 years old. Don't forget about that sometimes. To see his progress and to see his progression coming in as a young 18-year-old kid, can't buy that type of experience. You know, being 24 years old and having, 5-6 years experience in the league is just something you can't put a price tag on. So happy birthday to the captain, Vitek Vanacek, back in net. And we had another quick moving game, which we like to see because we know that means the Devils are on point. Like they were back in November. And not a lot of penalties. Oh, wait, what do you know? There wasn't like 5 penalties called in the first 4 minutes of the game today. So that was also nice to see. First period started, and you saw some lines kind of jumbled up a little bit. You got Nico, Jesper Bratt, and Dawson Mercer. They were creating some havoc in front of the net, and that was kind of a theme that went on through the game. Eventually, Tatar got back on that line. But Nico and Tatar, especially on the power plays, when the Devils did have them, you could find them in front of the net, causing some havoc, causing some traffic there. McLeod, Holtz, and Sharangovich started the game, and then Miles Wood kind of joined Holtz and McLeod. But in the first period, that tandem, man, they got the wings pinned in their zone, and Holtz let a nasty wrister to go. That should have been a little forewarning for everyone that Alexander Holtz was feeling it today out there on the ice. Jack Hughes had a nice opportunity as well, but he couldn't finish there in the first period, along with Thomas Tatar. So heading into the second, and again, more chances coming up, and Vitek Vanacek came up huge. There was a deflection by the Red Wings that I believe Vanacek may have made the initial save, and then on the deflection, the puck went wide. I can't remember off the top of my head Jack, oh man, he was dancing in between defensemen. He got a backhander away. But, Husso came up huge early on in this game, and then the tide turned. And what did we see so many times during the run of the heater? The great heater of 22. And in November, we saw the Devils striking fast, like lightning, like they were kung fu fighting. We see them striking fast on the power play, and that is how they got their first goal of the day, coming from the man Dougie Hamilton, who is just racking up the points. Did he have 3 in this game? Or just 2? He had 2 in this game. Okay. A lot of that secondary scoring came through in this game, which we haven't seen a lot of. But Dougie Hamilton gets the power play goal, the PPG, with a big slapper at 9:17 of the second period. And this starts out with the birthday boy, Nico Hischier, winning a faceoff, getting it over to Jack Hughes, who works as a Dougie Hamilton, who was basically he was at the point in the center of the ice, and the Red Wings were just letting him kind of walk in, get creeping in closer and closer, and that's what Dougie does. He winds up the cannon, boof, blast it, and right past Husso for his 9th of the year. Like we said, at 9:17 of the second, PPG power play goal for your New Jersey Hockey Devils. Jack Hughes gets the assist, his 22nd, and Nico Hischier gets the assist, his 19th of the season. But the captain wasn't done there. Oh, no. Captain says, my birthday, I want a little bit more than a face-off win and a secondary assist. I want that goal, baby. I want that goal. And the Devils set up again about maybe like 7 minutes later. Yeah, about 7 minutes later. Almost exactly 7 minutes later at 16:20. From 9:17 of the second to 16:20 of the second, the Devils get their second PPG of the game. That's right, a power play goal from the captain on his 24th birthday, Nico Hischier. And this essentially was kind of the same sort of shot, same sort of setup, I should say. Not shot, because the first one was a blast slapper from Dougie Hamilton. The second one was, again, Dougie being at the point. And this time, instead of the big slapper, he lets a wobbler of a wrister go that somehow is finding its way through this traffic of players in the front of the net. And who is there? Like we talked about just a little bit ago, Nico Hischier and Thomas Tatar being parked in front of that net on these power plays. They create a little havoc. They create a little traffic. Husso can't get a clear sight of the puck, and Nico gets a tip on it. Woo! Just a tip for Nico Hischier, putting the puck in the net for his 17th of the season. PPG at 16:20 of the second. Dougie Hamilton gets an assist there. That's his 24th. His 24th assist. Jesper Bratt also coming in there with the secondary assist. Nice to see Jesper, just that name showing up on the score sheet again. We had that streak of inconsistency, and all of a sudden we're starting to see Jesper Bratt's name on that score sheet pop up game in and game out, which we love to see. Come on, Jesper. We're betting on Bratt. We want to see you get that big contract, but we want to make sure it's worth it as well. So keep putting up those points, buddy. PPG from Nico, the birthday boy, his 17th of the year. Beautiful play there. Beautiful tip from the captain to end the second period. Going into the third, man, Alexander Holtz looked like he had another gear going on in the third period, because he's going to factor in on these next 2 goals. And by the way, as well, don't know if he caught it or not, but he went down. The Red Wings, had a nice little pressure in the offensive zone there. And who's there at the point going down to attempt to block the shot? The shot got past him, but still, your boy Alexander Holtz throwing his body down there to go ahead and block a shot. But let me tell you, this 2-on-1 that happened early in the third period, Alexander Holtz really showed some great hockey sense over here, coming up with Miles Wood, He probably could have passed it earlier, but he didn't. He held on to it, which I think was the smart move. He did a nice little delay, was able to pass it to Miles Wood, get Husso sliding over to the right, or to the right, my other right, whatever. Gets Husso sliding over, and somehow Husso makes the save on Miles Wood. But let me tell you, that was a hell of a pass, and just you could see the hockey IQ coming out there finally for Alexander Holtz. Hopefully, this is the start of things to come, and the game is really starting to click for him. Maybe the game is starting to slow down for him, in that sense where he can start reading the plays and seeing the action going on instead of just go, 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 go. Want to be able to have that game moving in slow motion, and hopefully it's starting. But Holtz delayed that pass, got it across to Miles Wood. Husso is sliding to the right, makes an absolutely brilliant save with the leg pad. But it kicks out, and who's right there? Still going to the net? Alexander Holtz. He's able to get the puck, kind of spin around, and boom, who's there wide open in the middle of the ice? Mikey McLeod, who then has an open net to shoot out because Husso was sliding way outside the crease, coming across, trying to stop the 2-on-1 originally, and Mikey McLeod buries it for his 4th of the year. Open net right there, quick little wrist shot at 1:51 of the third. Holtz gets his first assist of the year. Miles Wood gets his 8th right there, puts the Devils up 3-0. And Alexander Holtz wasn't done. Oh, no, he wasn't done. He was thinking about that nasty wrister he let go in the first period that he did not score on. And he says, you know what, maybe I'll try it again. Let's see what happens over here. Let's give the big, powerful shot another go. And maybe we'll make some magic. And this time he did just after. Devils were almost 3 for 3. They almost had a hat trick of PPGs. But just after their third power play expired, Alexander Holtz, woo, baby, what a wicked snapshot, or are they going to say a wrister? Whatever. Just a wicked shot from far using I can't remember who the Red Wing was. Was it Rasmussen? I think was in front of the net, kind of used him as a screen, but high, far side. Man, what a nasty, nasty shot from Alexander Holtz, his 3rd of the year, coming from Miles Wood. So Miles Wood having a 2-point game. Alexander Holtz having a 2-point game. Damon Severson gets the assist over there. Holtz is 3rd. Wood his 9th. Severson is 5th at 6:40 of the third period, putting the Devils up 4-0, a.k.a. the stranglehold on a team. This is what we saw back in the great heater of 22, the Devils putting teams away, not letting it sit at 2-0 or 3-1, 4-0. That's a comfortable lead with 15 minutes to go or 14 minutes to go in the game. That's what you want to see from our boys. Not giving up, not going into slow motion, prevent defense, blah, blah, blah. Keep the pedal to the metal and keep pushing forward. And put these teams to sleep. Put them to bed where they belong. Alexander Holtz. Love seeing that from him. But the game wasn't over yet. Because, the Devils had more lined up for us in the form of our superstar himself, Jack Hughes, who gets his 22nd goal of the year. And wow, Detroit Red Wings. Now, this is coming at 13:59 of the third. The game is kind of wrapping up over here. Red Wings seem a little out of it, but you probably shouldn't leave Jack Hughes uncovered in front of your own goalie. I'm just going to go out and, on a ledge here. I'm going to go on a ledge and say leaving Jack Hughes uncovered right in front of your goalie, not the best of ideas. Not the best of ideas over there for the opposing team. For us, it sounds fantastic. I wish every team would do that. What's up, Sam Wu?
You can leave Eric Holla, his line mate, uncovered and double team Jack Hughes, but not Jack Hughes. I just wanted to point that out there.
Actually, no, we should tell everyone, please double team Eric Holla and leave Jack Hughes alone. That would be much better. Yes.
Oh, no, even better. Even better. Double team Jack Hughes and throw a chicken tender at Eric Holla, and then you've won the
game. Well, either way, the Red Wings went with that, that strategy. I feel like dodgeball. That's what does he say? That's some strategy there, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. I don't know if it's going to pay off for them. And it didn't, because Jack Hughes gets the puck and he's got plenty of time. And he got a feed from Eric Holla, who was just like, oh, hell's bells, look at that. They forgot to cover Jack Hughes right in front of Husso. And Jack Hughes has all the time in the world to start making some multiple moves. And it looks like Husso somehow came through to make this incredible save once again at the side of the net. But then we realized that, Jack Hughes still has the puck. He still got the puck. And now he's behind the net. He's making all these, he's trying to go around Husso. He's still got the puck. And he's behind the goal line. And we've seen this from Jack Hughes before. He just chips it forward, and it ends up deflecting off of the Red Wings defenseman's stick, starts coming back, and Husso swings his arm backwards, and it hits his forearm just above his glove hand, and boop, right into the net. More hockey IQ right there. That's a superstar goal from Jack Hughes. Smart guy with that puck. And got to see the cute picture of him when he was like 4 with Gordie Howe during the broadcast. That was a nice touch over there. Number 22 on the season for your superstar, Jack Hughes. Holla gets his 15th assist. Tatar gets his 14th at 13:59 of the third. And we know the rest of this game was basically, is Vitek going to get the shutout? Unfortunately, he didn't. Alexander Holtz's old center from Sweden, Lucas Raymond, gets his 10th of the year on the power play themselves at 18 flat. 18 minutes, a nice tip in for the Detroit Red Wings to get them on the board, 5-1. That's how the game ends in favor of your New Jersey Hockey Devils. 3 stars of the game. Could have been a lot. Could have been an Alexander Holtz. Could have been a Jack Hughes. But we got Vitek Vanacek as your number 1 star of the game. We got Dougie Hamilton coming in there as your 2nd star, and the birthday boy himself. Everybody with multiple points. By the way, Alexander Holtz, that's his first multi-point game of his NHL career. Nico Hischier gets your 3rd star of the game. Shots on goal for the Devils. No raining pucks tonight. 6, 10, 11 for a total of 27. Red Wings 10, 11, 12 for a total of 33. Devils got dominated, though, in the faceoff circle, 40% to 60 for the Red Wings. Power play, they were 2 for 3, almost 3 for 3. That Holtz goal happened just after the power play expired. Red Wings were 1 for 2. Pretty close in the hits. Devils only out hit by 1, 17 to 18. They had 13 blocks each. And here's the most important thing, I think, as opposed to what we saw for a number of games, only 4 giveaways. Only 4 giveaways. I think, was it last game or the game prior where they had like 27 giveaways? Yay! Cannot do that very often and get away with the old W's. 4 giveaways is what we'd like to see. Devils dominate the Road Warriors. Legion of Doom style. Let's get those shoulder pads with the spikes for all of those upcoming road games. That's what we got going on. But the Devils come out with a huge victory. Lots of good stuff out of this game. Good team effort. Secondary scoring. Miles Wood gets 2 points. Alexander Holtz gets 2 points. Eric Holla gets a point. Jack Hughes is going to be on the board there, but Jesper Bratt continues to put some points up. Nico Hischier is on a hot streak. He's got 2 points in the game. Dougie Hamilton has been fine. Well, we know about the Triple H. Hughes, Hischier, and Hamilton all year long. But we have seen now, in this game, that secondary scoring that we were missing. Damon Severson gets his 5th assist. We said Wood got 2. Mikey McLeod getting his 4th goal of the season. It's been a while for Mikey. Seeing that secondary stuff come up again is really, really nice. So excellent game all around by the Devils. Wish Vanacek got the shutout, but whatever. Take 5-1 any day of the week as well. Proud of our boys, and good way to right that overtime loss or shootout loss from the other day and get back on the right track against the Detroit Red Wings. And we got another game tomorrow against St. Louis. So back-to-backs. Hopefully they got themselves in a good mood coming back to the Prudential Center. Want to hear from you on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. And right now we're going to turn it over to the king of the football calls and the man who likes to drop Rick Tockett's name or anyone else he's had snow crabs with at some point. Obviously, Sam Wu had the catfish. That was a joke. That's a last season joke over there. The catfish was a last season joke over there. That's a what the hell was the name of that bar? I can't even remember now.
Taj Lounge 973.
Taj Lounge. That's a Taj Lounge joke over there. That's not an American whiskey joke.
Yeah.
What's your food of choice at American whiskey, Sam Wu?
The cod.
The cod. Good Lord. Catfish or cod?
Actually, the buffalo wings are very good.
Now you're talking my language. Okay,
Buffalo
there we
wings are
go.
good.
All right, some buffalo wings over there. All right.
Buffalo wings
Well, we
are
want to
good.
hear from you on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch, and of course, right now we're going to turn it over to the king of the football calls himself, Sam Wu.
Well, Scotty, the Road Warriors are back at it again.
Mm-hmm.
Focused, no distractions, go in, dominate, take over the city, then leave. And that's what happened again for your New Jersey Devils. They should have won this game. They should have beaten Detroit. Did they ever? It was a nice spanking. You look at the stats about the face-offs. Detroit, they won some of the battles there. But that doesn't matter because the Devils played a complete game. Vanacek made some very good saves there. And you know what? You have to be proud that the Devils got 2 solid points out of this first half of the back-to-back because tomorrow they play St. Louis at the Rock. Short Sky and I will be there. Short Sky will be doing Game Day Live with Vinny Parisi and myself. I'll be remoting in, and then I'll be there for Devils After Dark at American Whiskey, one of our favorite places on earth. Now, Alexander Holtz, you see the flex on that stick when he took that shot. Alexander Holtz in the slot area, you leave him alone. Forget about Jack Hughes. If you leave him alone, he's equally as deadly. We just got to get more chances in the slot area like Alexander Holtz. Also, that I noticed during the game, Mikey McLeod getting on the scoreboard. That's good. The effort coming from the bottom 6, I thought was better. And, I'm just so happy that Ryan Graves is back. Dougie Hamilton. Again, he is on a good pace this season with points, and this is why the Devils overpaid for Dougie Hamilton. I know I have friends in Carolina. They're kind of like, so how's Dougie Hamilton treating you? Because they don't think he's worth $8.5, $9 million a year. I think he is. For the particular situation, I think the Devils have a big defenseman still in his prime and looking very good while at it. So there's a lot of good things to talk about tonight. But how will the Devils respond tomorrow? Because you've got the Rangers on Saturday. The Metropolitan Division, Scotty, is so tight right now that the Devils are in danger, believe it or not, of not making the playoffs. That's how close it is. It is not. I mean, the Rangers right now, according to Nick Villano, I have no reason to not believe Nick, that if the playoffs were to start today, they would actually play the New York Rangers. And that's how tight it is. And you know what? The Devils right now, look, they got outshot. That's fine. They were leading most of the game. But I think the Devils right now are playing efficiently, which is good. And they're not always, run and gun, fun and gun, whatever you want to call it. We talked about this on the State of the Fan address earlier during the game. Nick Villano making a great point that, you know what, the style during that winning streak is unsustainable in an 82-game season. And they're finding ways to win without that really intense pace, which is good. And save it for the playoffs. But they're finding ways to win, and they're taking care of the puck. And you know what? That's all that matters right now. A couple plays where they turned it over, but nothing to get crazy over. So I thought this was a very good game for the Devils, and they move up in the standings because Carolina lost their game last night. I don't know if they played tonight, but 2 solid points, Scotty. 2 solid points.
2 solid points. And I got a question for you, Sam Wu. What would Sam Wu do in this situation? You have a back-to-back now, but Vanacek looked really good. Typically in those back-to-backs, you're going to go to, you're going to use both goaltenders, but Vanacek was, 2 minutes away from a shutout. I don't know if it's, I think it might be more of a question if he finished with a shutout. But do you play Vanacek again tomorrow?
No. It's Mac Black.
With the Rangers looming on Saturday?
It's Mac Black tomorrow. Vanacek,
Mac Black tomorrow?
Vanacek plays better with days rest. It's kind of like baseball. If you put Vanacek in a baseball analogy on 3 days rest, I'm not so sure if he's going to be effective. But with 3 games in 4 days, Scotty, and next week being also brutal, I would play Mac Black tomorrow, and may the best goaltender win the Saturday job. Keep the competition going. If Mac Black plays stellar against the St. Louis Blues, then Lindy Ruff has got a goalie problem. Who do you play? I would play Vanacek. Because if you're 2 days removed from this victory, I think you would be. And remember, Saturday's game is a matinee game. So,
yep. Early
recovery time, all that. And there's nothing personal against Mac Black, because I said on the Woo Report yesterday that I think Mac Black will shine down the stretch. I think he's going to shine even brighter than Vanacek. And I'm not knocking Vanacek because he played great tonight. But I think those two are truly a tandem, and it's just a matter of how do you manage their workload. And I think that's going to be key down the stretch, how this team does. I honestly think having both goaltenders, and again, I'm not trying to be diplomatic about it, I think they complement each other really well. They both got their quirks. They've both got their weaknesses. But if Mac Black is hot, he's just as good as anybody when he's hot. And again, and that game against Carolina, look, you're playing the Carolina Hurricanes. Other than that one flub, I didn't think he did that bad. I really didn't think he did that bad. So, again, I would go with Mac Black tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It seems to be a lot of people on the old YouTube Live over here agree with you. I know Steve Tertaz says he doesn't trust Mac Black anymore. He's looking for Akira Schmidt to come back. But I see Wyatt. Oh, Supernova agrees.
Increases trade value.
Can't trust MB. Dave Singer says go to Mac Black. Dennis says go to Mac Black for tomorrow. Supernova says it's personal. Okay, I understand. It's personal.
Look, if Mac
Jonathan
Black sucks tomorrow, let me tell you something. Then just ride Vanacek for the rest of the season. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No. I mean, hey, I'm with it. I mean, but you don't want to. You want to worry about momentum and stuff like that as well. So, but I still have some faith in Mac Black. I think he's made some really good had some really good games this season. But our boy Max here, I believe it was Max, or was it JP or Steven Tartas? No, I believe it was Max. And everyone wants Palat's return, hopefully soon. But Max makes it a good point. I'm going to throw this over to you, Sam Wu. Since the Devils are so good on the road, should Lindy pull a Lou and make them stay in a hotel for home games before they play? So it seems like they're actually out on the road.
No. I would do things differently. I'm not so sure if I should really say it on air, but I would do things a little bit differently. I would have the Devils content team stop coddling this team when they come back home. Nick Villano and I discussed this on State of the Fan Address during the game, and I said, I think there's just attention to focus on the road. There's just not as many distractions around you. But when you're at home,
put him in the hotel. Put him in the hotel.
But at home, they're doing all these like fun videos and TikTok videos with the. Stop it! Do it with the scrubs that don't dress, like Tice Thompson and Nikita Hoytuk, not scrubs. They didn't play. Have them do that stuff. For the time being. You don't play. You gotta. You got to do all the mundane stuff behind the scenes. That's, I don't know, Scotty, because I was raised maybe differently, but my dad always told me, if you're not going to study and all that, then you know what, we're going to take everything away from you. Which is why I never got to watch movies, because I had my TV taken away. And I don't know any of these movies and wrestling things that you say on air, so I was deprived as a child. That's what I'm coming out right now with that.
Well, I like Max. I like your idea going Lou Lamb style over there and making him stay in a hotel. I think that's
if you throw gel, yeah. But the problem is, this is a new generation. This is they're sensitive to that. They need to be. Maybe what they need. Maybe they need Scotty is a safe space when they're at home.
Okay. Well, maybe that's their hotel room at home. So yeah.
Yeah, at the hotel.
Just give him a little Gato. That's right. Give him a little Gato and throw Vanacek back in. A little Gato and chill for one day, and then back in the net. We'll see. Supernova.
Max, you see Max's comment? It's funny.
Where is it? You can throw some chicken tendies at him. Woo!
At Hollow's window.
Oh, man. Yeah, right? Quarantine them. Just lie. Just say, oh, no, there might have been some COVID on the plane. We got to quarantine everybody in a hotel room for all home games. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and Dawson's like, hey, can you deliver beer to my hotel room?
Can you deliver beer? Can you got some beer over here? In Canada, you only have to be 18 to drink. I don't even know if that's true. I don't know.
I think it's 19. Is it 19 or 18?
Oh, is it 19?
I don't know.
Oh, boy. JP is trying to make some trades. I don't know if you're going to be able to trade Andreas Janssen, being that he passed through waivers like 2 or 3 times already. Dave Singer, good point. Ball didn't make any big mistakes. I think someone else pointed out, too, he stayed out of the penalty box, which is real nice. Daryl, can't wait for Marino to come back. Yeah, Jonathan as well. Marino, there's a lot of Marino talk on here. A lot of Palat talk. Has there been an update about Palat from the team?
From Amanda Stein this morning, he's practicing intensely right now.
He's been practicing. We know that.
That's the nugget we get from Amanda Stein.
All right.
Yeah, she's on top of it.
All right. Well, hopefully get a little bit more.
Campbell's asking, how many more points do we need to secure a playoff spot? Probably about at least 46. There are, 51 points now? I would say 46 would guarantee a spot. Maybe less.
We are at 51 points. We are 5 points behind the Carolina Hurricanes. both with 38 games played. The Rags got 48, but they got 39 games played. Friggin' Boston's got 62, and they only got 37 games played. Jeez. Man, are they unbelievable. Yeah, but this division is so insanely tight here. I mean, Pittsburgh is technically out of a playoff spot right now.
You know what? I'm starting to wonder if 100 points would be, enough, especially with these 3-point games. I don't know.
With these 3-point games, man, it's tough. I mean, you got Washington at 48, the Islanders at 46, Pittsburgh at 44. Now you got Buffalo as well.
The NHL should
Detroit.
make a rule. You want to know the rule? If you get 100 points, even though you're not technically in a playoff spot, you should just make the playoffs in general. Like, I can't imagine a team having 100 points and not making the playoffs. And knowing us, it'd probably be the New Jersey Devils. I swear to you.
Hey, come on. Don't put that on us. Come on. No. Don't do that. But this Eastern Conference here, man, is so tight. Just with Toronto and Boston, Carolina, the Devils, they're all the ones up in the 50-plus already. But the Rangers, the Lightning, the Capitals, the Islanders, the Penguins, these are all teams that are going to be there at the end of the year. And don't look now, but Buffalo, they got a plus 21 goal differential, and now they're sitting at 40 points on the season.
You know what this reminds me of?
They're not that far behind. Pittsburgh's a little streaky, but,
Do you know what this reminds me of, Scotty? I hate to say it.
What's that?
It reminds me of our New York Mets.
Oh, boy.
Because the National League East with the Phillies and the Braves and the Mets and all that, the Mets didn't collapse. Just the Braves were that good. I think that's what's going to be happening here. I mean, Carolina Hurricanes are a very good team. Like, really scary good. Pittsburgh, they're naturally, by default, always going to be in the mix just because of Crosby and Malkin and if Letang is playing. And
if Letang comes back, that'll be a big boost to them.
Yeah.
Isn't he coming back?
Yeah, I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I thought he was due back soon.
Yeah, and Shesterkin and the Rangers, they're always going to be in it. The Islanders, look, loose teams are always tough. And I'm telling you, and it's just, it is a tough division. And if the Devils don't make the playoffs, and I'm just saying this, if they don't make the playoffs, it's not such a bad thing because they've already progressed this year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it this way. If the Devils get 96 points and don't make the playoffs, they're in the lottery in a great draft. They're probably not going anywhere because the odds are stacked against them. But I
don't want to be in the lottery.
I know you don't want to be in the lottery, but I've been saying 2025 this entire time. So my expectations have been managed. It was managed a long time ago, Scotty. But right now, look, just enjoy this process of, look, they're no longer a basement team anymore. They're no longer the clowns of the league. Okay, they're no longer clowns. They are a legitimate NHL hockey team just about to burst, about to just blow up and just take the league by storm.
And I hate to break it to everybody over here, but if you're looking at, I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is that the Devils have 24 wins on the season already?
Yeah.
It's not even halfway through. They only had 27 the entire season last year, okay?
Yeah.
So they're almost about ready to eclipse last season's total. However, when you look at the old standings from last year, as Sam Wu said it before, every team that got into the playoffs had over 100 points.
Yep.
Every team. The Capitals were right there at 100 even.
Yeah.
As that last wild card.
And
the Bruins had 107. Lightning 110. The Maple Leafs had 115. Panthers had 122. The Canes had 116. The Rangers had 110. The Penguins had 103. and the Capitals had 100 even. 84 points for the Islanders, didn't get it done. So keep that in mind, Devils fans.
Ramona Rice saying, Sam, you're just plain bad luck. What does that have to do with anything that we're talking about? Me, bad luck? I don't know.
We're going to see. We're
Sam,
going to see. I'm hoping though.
Stop, says Jonathan. What did I say? What did I say? Was I being a jabroni?
Saying 96 points should do it, especially if you're eating crab legs, Sam. That's why.
Actually,
you're going into Neanderthal mode.
Last time I had crab legs with Rick Tocchet, the Devils actually, that was the last time the Devils did make the playoffs, believe it or not.
Okay, thank you, Wyatt. I wasn't sure about Letang is out with an LBI, not Long Beach Island, the lower body injury. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if they were saying something about him possibly returning the other day when the Devils and Pens were playing. But maybe they were just saying that he wasn't. I just remember something coming up about him on the broadcast. I thought it was about him returning. Steve Tartaz, good point. The Pens have Ty Smith, so he'll probably cost them 4 to 6 points. That's right. He'll probably drop past those away to the wrong team at some point.
If he's still with the team. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, when Letang comes back, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets sent down or something like that. But we'll see. Good luck to Ty. We're busting his balls over here. But best of luck to him over there in Pittsburgh. Hopefully he does cost them enough points so they're not in the playoffs. But either way,
he's making steaks for Sidney Crosby. And
yeah, he's going to be making those steaks. It's like, well, this is how Jack Hughes liked them. I don't know, Sid. I don't know. But yeah, I have a good feeling. The ocean called they're running out of crab legs.
I'm telling you.
Oh man, that's actually. Hang on, 1 second. I gotta get this real quick.
All right.
And it's hysterical. It is hysterical. Look at this.
Show it on camera. Hold on a sec.
There we go. The Jerk Store called. Employee of the month over here. Got these wonderful little magnets, and I got a T-shirt coming too.
Oh,
the old the Jerk Store.
Very nice.
That's a
Very
Seinfeld
nice.
reference. That's a Seinfeld reference.
Again, I was deprived as a child. My father said to focus, took away the TV.
The Jerk Store called. They're running out of you. Jerk Store. Jerk Store's the insult. That's what we're going with. I can't believe you never saw the Jerk Store episode. When George is like stuffing his face with the shrimp. And the guy in the Yankees makes fun of him.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I had sex with your wife.
I never, honestly.
His wife is in a coma.
You're gonna hate me when I say this, but I never thought Seinfeld was ever funny. To be honest.
What's the deal with Sam Wu not thinking Seinfeld is funny?
I don't think it's.
I'm busting, Jerry. I'm busting.
I think.
Absolutely busting.
I don't know about you. I don't think Jerry Seinfeld is funny. I don't think Jimmy Fallon is funny. I don't think any of them are funny. Chris Farley.
Jimmy Fallon here and there. Jimmy Fallon here and there. He's not my favorite, but he has some really good moments.
I think Jim Brewer's.
He's
funny. Brewer's hilarious.
Yeah, he's kind of gone off a little bit of a deep end, but I just rather all those guys just stick to being funny sometimes. But yeah. Jimmy Fallon was always to me he was like the poor man Adam Sandler, because Adam Sandler would actually write all these comedy songs, and then Jimmy Fallon would just play riffs from other people's songs, and I'm like, come on. Write your own funny riffs there, Jimmy Fallon. Come on! Come on! No red hooded sweatshirt. Or Lunch Lady Land. Lunch Lady Land. Do you remember that one with Chris Farley as the Lunch Lady?
Is it the Sloppy Joe Sloppy Joe? Yeah, I
Sloppy
remember
Joe,
that.
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe. Woo-doo. Well, either way.
When Chris
I know.
Farley
Everyone
died,
agrees. High five, Stephen Hinkle. High five. That's right. We're the Devils. The Devils.
El Diablo!
Diablo! El Diablo! Oh, man. Funny how you don't watch it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go, Dave Singer. Hoagies and grinders, hoagies and grinders. Maybe beans, hoagies and grinders. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is how me and Beer Baron met when we were waiting tables at Houlihan's. We would start doing just like SNL references and TV show references and movie references to each other, and we were like the only ones that got it. It was like, oh, you're a Devils fan? I'm a Devils fan too. Oh, you like heavy metal? I like heavy metal. We should hang out, bro.
I remember when I met Beer Baron.
Oh boy,
we met
Oh,
online.
boy.
We met online.
you met online.
All it was is one email. One email.
Uh-oh, Peter's going to Gato and chill with the missus. Uh-oh. Look out. Oh, yeah, Max, I don't know if you're from New Jersey, but that Houlihan's in Bridgewater, yours truly and Beer Baron were the part of the initial team that opened up that restaurant. So
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if
I didn't
ever
last
went
very
there.
long. Beer Baron was there for quite some time. But I was in college, and then once my classes changed and my semester changed, I was like, sorry, I can't work these days. And it didn't work out too much after that. But remember, they had that, like, pound, like, BLT. Like, there was, like, literally, like, a pound of bacon that they would put on that sandwich. It was a heart attack on a plate, but holy hell was that good.
Is there
Woo!
still Bennigan's? You ever go to Bennigan's?
I think Bennigan's is closed down, but Bennigan's was big
It's
back in the
80s,
day. There was one.
80s, yeah.
There was one in Union where I went to school at Kane University on the border of Union and Elizabeth. And then there was one in South Plainfield as well over by the movie theaters that they had over there. I don't know what's there now. There's a different restaurant there now.
I love Bennigan's.
But yeah,
Back in
Bennigan's
the
was
day.
good. They had their club sandwich and everything like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, oh, yeah.
My dad used to
Oh,
take
yeah.
me there when I was good.
French onion soup they had. Oh, man. Woo! Maybe I haven't had French onion soup in like 15 years, I feel like. Oh, man. That stuff's so good. Now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah,
Damn
now
it.
I'm getting hungry. Yeah.
John Heaton says Bennigan sucks.
I was hoping to get some crab
He looks
legs to
high
gnaw
on the
on. You know?
Wow. Dave Singer, the ground round. Woo! Supernova, Charlie Brown's. I used to work at the Charlie Brown's also, I believe that is also in Bridgewater on 22 before that bad boy closed down. Man, I worked at so many different restaurants. Worked at that Outback on 22. I worked at that Carrabba's on 22. I worked at the old Green Knoll Grill. I don't know if anyone has got that Central Jersey in you over there. I actually helped build the Tiki Bar that's at the Green
Really?
Knoll Grill. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. That's
Scotty,
that's your boy
you
Scotty.
you and I may have met back then. I used to frequent a lot of restaurants down in Bridgewater back in the day.
Probably at some point or another.
Yeah.
Ran into each other. I might have waited on the great Sam Wu before I even knew you.
Yeah, I would
Look
have
at
been
that.
like, do you have any catfish on the menu, sir? Do you have any Great Coupon?
Dave Singer, Charlie Brown's in Paramus. Woof. I think I know. I think I kind of remember that one. There was a Charlie Brown's up in, was it Morristown? Or no, that was The Office. The Office was in Morristown. There was an office on 22 as well. I grew up in Middlesex Township, so that's like right there in Central Jersey. So,
Really?
and Beer Baron was in Greenbrook. Where were you, Samuel? I don't even know. Where did you grow up?
Chester.
You were in Chester. Okay.
I really Chester and Morristown. You know, I spent most of my high school days in Morristown.
Steve Tartaz, the Elizabeth Diner. Oh, yeah. The old TikTok Diner as well.
TikTok.
And what is that on Route 3?
Yeah,
Going into the city.
I actually got kicked out of TikTok Diner once after a Devils game.
Sunset Diner on 22. Time to Eat Diner at the Somerville Circle. We used to call it Time to Cry when we didn't have anything else to do. We're going to go sit at Time to Cry Diner and smoke cigarettes and drink coffee back in the day. Oh, man. I love how we got this, like diner and food thing going on now in the live chat. Six Brothers. I know Three Brothers Pizza from down on the boardwalk. I don't know about Six Brothers.
Did you ever go to Chimney Rock?
Oh, Chimney Rock, sure, all the time, man. I think I actually worked there too, I think. Or did I just apply there? No, I think I worked there for a little bit. No, I didn't.
Oh,
but I definitely went there a couple times. Because they had the pizza. They had like the brick oven pizza there.
Just to let you know, before I forget, Campbell in the Facebook Live says, me and Scotty met at a NJD Kings game at Staples Center.
That's right.
Can't remember the bar we drank at after, but we drank a few.
Which one did we go to afterwards? I don't remember. I think we just went to something right there in LA Live.
Yeah.
Afterwards. I can't remember the name of that one. Was it like Rockin' Riley's or something like that?
Oh, I
something
don't know.
Along those lines.
I don't know. I got to get out to LA and hang out with you, Scotty. I got to, hopefully you've got like a 9-bedroom apartment.
JP, wow. Yeah, my 9-bedroom apartment, right. Yeah, sure. White Manna in Hackensack, aka the land that time forgot, or the town that time forgot. I believe that's the nickname for. Oh no, wait, that's not Hackensack. Wait a minute, that's Hackett's Town. That's Hackett's Town.
Oh, Hackettstown is one of the greatest cities on earth. That's where we go to.
That's the land that
Enzo's.
time forgot. Hackensack. Well, yes, we all know about the great Enzo's. Enzo's is amazing. Hackensack is right next to Giant Stadium or whatever the hell they call the
Hackensack Medical Center. That's where it's at.
Hackensack Medical Center. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Ah, good time. And poor Wyatt. He lived in New Jersey for 6 months and he never heard of any of these restaurants.
Yeah, M&M's
Can't believe
is
it.
located in Hackettstown. That's right, Felix. The Mars Company, located in the beautiful Hackettstown, relocated some of the operations near Prudential Center in Newark. Believe it or not, a lot of the management. Yeah,
we should have a restaurants and diners of New Jersey podcast someday here.
I think we I think we should. I think we should. I definitely. But the problem is. Fairly Ridiculous University.
Fairly ridiculous. Old FDR.
Well, there's two of them. There's Teaneck and then there's Madison campuses. The Madison campus is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, the Madison one, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to work in Morristown at I can't remember the name of the place. It was like a big conference center as well, doing like AV stuff, like setting up all their internet and all that crap.
Really? Oh. We probably ran into
Taylor Sam's in Brick. I don't know that one. Felix. Right next to the now retired Sears. Oh, wow. Wow. Man, there's a lot of good spots. A lot of good deli spots, too.
Scotty, I'm going to tell you something. I hate to be like...
It's 10:43? Yeah, we should probably... We're off the rails.
We're off the rails. I mean, I could go for another hour, but I figured I'd be the voice, be the producer that I should be and be like, all right, moving along. All right, Beer Baron, shut up. Let's move it along.
Ooh, Max was in Flemington. That was kind of like way out of my way.
I love Flemington.
Man.
Flemington is a beautiful, beautiful city. It's got there's a Chimney Rock there now. I used to.
There's a. I can't remember the name. There was a bar that we used to put on like shows at.
There is a Scotty's. There is a Scotty's.
Scotty's is in Union. We used to go there in college all the time, and they have the big mugs. And Scotty's literally looks like when you walk in there, I don't know if it's been remodeled or not, but when you walk in there, it literally looks like a scene from like a Martin Scorsese movie where you look over at like the big round table and you're gonna have like a bunch of like mafiosa heads just like sitting there like discussing business or something like that. It to me, it really does look like a like just like something out of a Scorsese movie. And also, I do remember one time my idiot friends were drunk and we had the big, like the big mugs they serve there, and they for some reason went to cheers and they cheersed up because they were drunk instead of straight forward, and they both met at the light bulb, like right on top of the end, like the light bulb just like shattered and the beer mug shattered like everywhere. And I was like, oh, way to go. We got kicked out that night. No surprise, but they let us back next Thursday. Woo, baby, college night. Here we go.
Felix claims that he saw Scott Stevens in Flemington Walmart.
Stevens, I believe, lives in Orange. West Orange, East Orange, whatever. I can't remember which one.
No, Bernardsville. He bought a beautiful.
Oh, he's living in Bernardsville now. There's I don't want to give it away, but there is a bar that they all go to out there in like the Orange area.
Orange.
My cousin is. No, I'll tell you off air because I don't know if they want, because I think that the team really likes it that they can go in there and just kind of chill. But my cousin is actually really good friends with Colin White. Oh. So I remember one St. Patrick's Day, he called up my cousin Rachel, and he's like, he knew that, we were all big Devils fans and stuff like that. And he's just like, tell your cousin that Marty's going to be here in no time. And believe it or not, me and Beer Baron went, and the great Marty Brodeur showed up. Wow. And we literally picked his brain for like 3 hours. We were drinking, he wasn't, but his brother came down from Montreal, and we were chilling with Marty, his brother. Yep, Dennis. Denny.
He's a nice guy.
He's got a very French accent. That was a bad French accent over there. But we got to hang out with them and St. Patrick's Day, just chill with Marty. And man, you should have seen like the recall on him. Like you ask him about like one player, and he would just be like, "Yeah, I remember he came in on a breakaway one time and he did this move, like blah blah blah." Oh, I'll never forget. I'm like, how in the holy Hanneman do you recall that? I can't even remember, names of restaurants that I worked at when I was in college. He's talking about like one play out of how many games that he's played and how many minutes of hockey, just like that in a split second. You bring up one player's name, and he knows what he would do like on a breakaway. Like it was unbelievable to talk to him for that amount of time. It was a great experience. I'll have to find the pictures because it was quite some time ago, but I do have some pictures of it.
Dave Singer, before we go, and we got to do the predictions, but Dave Singer probably has the line of the night. Stevens moonlighted there as a greeter, meaning
as a greeter.
Flemington Walmart.
Oh man! All right, let's get to some score predictions brought to you by our good friend Dave Singer and his wonderful world of score predictions and magic festivities and Sam Wu. I can't remember. What did we describe it as? What would he say? Dave Singer's what?
Victory Bucks. Victory Bucks.
Dave Singer's Victory Bucks. How about Dave Singer's super sexy swinging sounds?
Yeah.
Like Rob Zombie. Or was that White Zombie? No, that was Rob Zombie, I think. So Dave Singer's super sexy swinging sounds, score predictions.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
Exclusively.
Unless somebody else super chats them.
Unless you get out.
Yeah. Unless somebody puts like $20 down. And be like, no, rename it something else. Anyway.
Oh, man. Max was close there. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Got it correct. What do you know? Well, let's hear what the great Sam Wu and Vinny Parisi had for their score predictions for tonight's game, Devils and Red Wings. What did Vinny have, Sam?
Let me ask Mrs. Wu. Vinny had 5-4.
Vinny had 5. Okay, so he gets the. I'm assuming he had the Devils winning.
Yes.
So he gets the point for the night. He gets a point. All right. For getting half of the score correct. Oh, there's Dave Singer.
Do we want a bidding war?
DaveStamp.app Victory Bucks. Okay, there we go.
Do we want a bidding war?
The Dave Stamp super sexy swinging sounds .app victory bucks. Score predictions. How about that? We'll just make it as long as we possibly can. What is it? It's a score prediction about nothing. About what? Yeah. About nothing. Then why would I watch it? Because it's on TV. You're going to do Seinfeld references as well all night. All right. Well, congratulations. Steve had 4-2. Oh, that's close. Max is close with 6-2, but oh my goodness, with 5-1 on the button. What did you have, Sam Wu? Vinny's got himself an overtime loss. How about Sam Wu?
I said 7-4 Devils.
7-4 Devils. Well, unfortunately, that's an L. That's an L for Sam Wu. He did not come through on the Dave Singer super sexy swinging sounds stamp.app victory bucks score prediction celebration here exclusively on Devils After Dark.
Presented by Dave Singer. Dave Singer.
Presented by Dave Singer Presents. Oh, man. Well, we're doing it all season long. Most selected. You had 6-2. Okay. And that's right, Max. We talked about that. Hamilton, Holtz, Heischer, Wood, Hughes, all with multi-point games. Great for, Holtz. I mean, we expected from Hamilton, Heischer, and Hughes, the old Triple H, but seeing that from Wood, who has been very absent for a while now on the score sheet, and seeing Alexander Holtz, I mean, we've all seen highlights of that shot that he has. We know it is like a missile coming out when he loads up like that. And now we're seeing that it's not only just the slapper that he has, it's just his wrister as well. Like I really do. I really believe Alexander Holtz is going to be something special. He needs a little time to find his game. And let's hope that this is the start of him, building his confidence. And like we said, maybe the game is slowing down a little bit for him. Much like we heard from Lindy Ruff and the coaching staff that he needed to do a little bit more. He needed to play at that pace, which was part of the reason why they kept him up at the national level instead of back to the AHL, because they wanted him practicing with the team at that NHL pace. So let's hope that the game is starting to slow down for Alexander Holtz, because the talent is there. And man, if he can harness that shot, and if he can get some chemistry, much like he had with Detroit's Lucas Raymond when they were both over in Sweden together, playing on that line, if he can find a chemistry with someone, I don't care if it's Mikey McLeod, I don't care if it's Jack Hughes, it's Nico Heesh, whoever it is, if he can find that chemistry with someone, he is going to be deadly with that shot.
Nick Villano wanted to trade him. I'll say the fan address. I just want to.
I've seen a lot of people say they want to trade him. He is not one that I would want to give up on just yet.
Yeah.
I think there is a ton, unless you're getting someone who's like 25 years old, that can be a core piece of your team for the next, 10 years or so. I don't think you trade Alexander Holtz. There's just too much potential, and we haven't seen enough of him to make a full assessment of, hey, this guy's a wash. Hey, this guy's only going to be like a bottom six player. He's not going to be, is he going to be a Matthias Teneby or a Jacob Josephson? I think Jesper Boquist has got the Jacob Josephson 2.0 down over here, going on. Yeah. But is he? I don't think we can really make that assessment just yet. He hasn't really played a lot of time on those top lines with the Heischer or with the Jack Hughes as well. I think there's big things in store for Alexander Holtz. There's a reason why he was drafted 6th overall in one of the deepest drafts in recent memory.
Yeah. All right, so tomorrow, American Whiskey, Scotty, Shorts Guy will be there for Game Day Live. Vinny and I.
Oh my goodness, no! Holtz is not Reed Boucher 2.0. No! What are you kidding me? No!
Don't even mention Reed Boucher. He's on the blacklist now.
We don't want to mention him at all.
Yeah, we don't want to mention him at all. Tenenby, you can mention him with, but not Boucher. All right, so we'll be there and American Whiskey tomorrow.
American Whiskey tomorrow night. Home
Yeah.
game, St. Louis Blues at the Rock.
Yeah, and I'll
You
be
ready
there
to-
for Devils After Dark.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Dropping the podcast at midnight. You've got some great podcasts up at midnight. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe on our Apple Podcast page. Leave a nice comment. Please give us a 5-star. Let's bury those bad reviews. Till next time, let's go Devils.